Good morning, James Everett here. Welcome to my first tour of my land. This video is going to give you a brief overview of my land. Starting from my house, I'm going to walk along the draw and around and probably down into the draw later. Here along the Seminole Draw in Gaines County, Texas. Alright, this is morning of May 2016. Alright, going towards the west here. I've got this draw. Neighbor's land over here, fence line. And then circle around, another neighbor, and a fence line over here. That's about roughly 6 to 7 acres of my land that is down here in the draw. Down by this set of trees, I plan to put a little pond feature, one back up in that area, one big one over in this area, and a couple others. I haven't actually thought out all of what I want to do with it, but that's going to take time. But anyway, going along towards the west here, I've started a few things through the year. This year since I've been back. Hadn't got too much because I was scattered brain. Because over here I planted some trees. I put in a fence line there, and on the other side of the container going to the house. A swell or hugel bed there, a little deal there. I'll show whenever I walk back. And the sun's actually up a little more than now. I just finally realized, hey, just do one project at a time, and maybe you get done faster. But I'm just impatient at times. Anyway, got 3 dogs out here. I had a few more, but coyote problem. Took out a bunch of them. Found out dad of the dog of 10 puppies ended up killing off all the males, and I finally caught him with the last one. So I had to take care of him because even the stray males would come in and he'd kill them too. So I can't really have dog killing dogs. So I had to take him out. Anyway, I wish I didn't have to. Besides that, as part of life out in the county, things you have to take care of to keep other animals safe. As you can tell, there's different runoffs that I could play with out here for different water features and water capturants that I want to do. If you notice how a lot of the land is this rocky material, as I get further north, I'll show you more detail of that. My neighbor to the north has a earth moving company, so he's got a nice pit that I could look down into and see what's actually below our feet here. A lot of rock, more than I really cared for. Old fencing there. Alright. Throughout the years, I've owned a power buddy after my dad passed away in 2007. Insurance money that I got off of him, I just outright paid it off and obtained 30 acres while I was in the military. Throughout that time, I was looking at things, what I'd do with it. Didn't know exactly what I wanted to. And then I came across permaculture and seen a lot of ideas that I would pull from that. Right now, money's tight from past histories and stuff. My mom adopted my nephew and came up with money to help pay a lawyer on that, so that's the biggest part that I'm trying to pay off. and a truck. I had to get a new truck because I totaled one last year of my military year. So that took out money that's eating me away right now for the next 3 years probably, I estimate, hopefully sooner, but never know. Alright, coming up on my west neighbor's house now, going north. Let's see. Anyway, along here, I just want to put several swells off and around, probably every 50 to 100 feet, who knows exactly. But up here on the north part, right over in here, there is an area that looks ideal for a pond. But I don't know, due to the fact that the neighbor did change the water flow, and I haven't been able to tell what the water flow is anymore right now, because I know up over here, this pole right here is a spot where I always get a bunch of water that stands on the roadway. So I know water flows from here all the way over that direction. And a couple of those spots where I see water pull up, mainly over on the east side. Looking at Google Maps, I see 3 areas that look like they may be good spots to dig down. As you can tell, the land's not too hilly, but enough ups and downs here to do a little interesting stuff. Like right in this area, for instance, I'm thinking about putting like a couple like mini ponds here and one over here, coming from the neighbors, and even from the lower part of the land, pump water back up here using solar energy, something like that. Alright, coming up to the northwest corner, and like I said, the neighbor's pit right up here that you can see. Doesn't look much from this angle, but I'll walk up to it. I'll even go look down into it, and you tell me what you think on my rocky situation. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Over the last 3 years since I've been back out of the military, back home, I have been seeding the land just to get more cover on it, because beforehand it looked pretty bad. Now it looks like the neighbors even putting trash into this pit, but anyway, this is an idea of what all's down there. Yes, I could probably dig some of this and make money selling caliche, but I got other plans. So now we're just walking along the north border. As you can tell, there's my house from this angle, and halfway over here where the pole line is, that's like the center boundary between both 15-acre tracts that I have. Previous owners put it that way. I'll show you a spot where it looked like they were going to build on my home, and I may end up doing that. I don't know what kind of home I want to get. I've looked at several different kinds. one idea is having a two-story. Hey, Skyra, what you doing, girl? Get back over here. Hey, Skyra. Oh, sorry about that. One of my dogs. 5-month-old puppy. We got two 5-month-old puppies left. And we got a new puppy that I just got like 2 weeks ago. I did have a brother soon, but like I said, the dad to my puppies decided he wanted to tear one's head off, so I ended up dealing with that. Sorry, I'm going on about the gruesome side of things, but that's just me. Anyway, now we're at the poles, and the main entrance going into my land. As you can tell, nice little cleachy. Like I said, right there, pole. It's got my puddle that's always in the way that I want to, off towards the east side of it, dig down and try to force the water to collect there instead of on the road. And also to attract more wildlife. I mean, the 3 years I've been putting seeds in here to get this covered as it is, has been attracting rabbits. Well, I see dove here all the time too, so that's a good sign. Actually, I've seen some ground squirrels out here on occasion too, so that's good. But then again, I've also seen predators like coyotes look really bad. I have an idea where a big bunch of them live, because one of my neighbors over here to the south, they put out traps, and they said they've got 4, but they keep getting rid of a bunch of big ones. So it's kind of gruesome myself too. Anyway, so we're coming along here. Sorry about the wind now. Tried to get this earlier, but not enough lighting. Now the sun's coming up. Get the good old West Texas wind. Just in case the neighbors don't like it. Dogs were. Dogs in the next door barking at me. Anyway, so nice and dry. Now that those dogs are barking, I can see my two over there lurking over here. Skyra, Latte. Hey, I don't know your name. You're alright, dog. Anyway, so one of the areas that looks like a key area to dig a pond at is coming up here along this eastern edge, like I said. Oh yeah, just to give you an idea of what the land did look like beforehand. Let's see how this land is, all eaten down and pasture. Well, and it's got horses on it, but the one right next to it is just as bad. but with my seeding, I've increased vegetation, so that's helping me out. So, okay, now here, that property is what mine used to look like. Mine's improving. I'm just letting stuff grow in now. Once I get equipment, I could probably bush hog, but I plan on getting other animals as well once I get funding for fencing to fence all this up and to keep my critters from roaming around like they're doing now with me. Like I said, this building off, there's a junkyard, and that's where I believe a majority of the coyotes stay up in there, because it seems like every time I'd see them run off after they come in and attack my dogs. So anyway, one of the areas, now that I mentioned back in here, is that mesquite up in there was another area. Way down here is the third area for it. There's a couple more that's possible, probably over there, but those are the three areas. Looking at the map, looks like there's three distinct areas that water kind of dried out, killed vegetation at the time the last Google Earth took pictures. So, and evidence of water rushing across in areas. I don't know if you can see it, but I see some quail up there in the distance there. I see at least two of them. They are right up there. Anyway, yeah, plenty of quail, plenty of rabbits. Yeah, my dogs eat the rabbits, so saves money, but who knows, maybe I could capture a few, start breeding. Either case. Skyra, you're going to try to catch one, aren't you? And anyway, still neighbor's yard, junk for, but some of that stuff they've said I can get it. I might put it to use out here. Get me some of the wood for scrap stuff and whatever I can figure out. Anyway, some other projects that I kind of did was like right over here. Some mesquites were dying, so I grabbed all the dead ones and laid their branches along here. At the time I didn't know about swells or hookah culture and all that, so that's why I ended up doing. Either way, it looks good. I could burn it up, impossible, because like I said, this is where one of the water comes out, flows on down. Instead of going to the draw itself, it goes off that direction from all this. So it's nice and thick over here. Sorry. Anyway, so we're coming up here along the southern edge. I'll go ahead and walk over here. I'm not going to walk down there just yet, due to the fact that I want to show you the house over there, or area where I think they were building a house. Just the way the aerial view looks. So here's the southern angled part of my land. So As you can tell, fence line all the way down. So, all those trees, yeah, they look short, chubby, and all that. But you know, they're actually pretty decent size. So, once I show you this over here, I'll head down that way. But in fact, they're coming up on the house now, because it looks like right here is a little driveway going down to where they were going to build it, which we'll walk down here. There's the current house. That used to be a garage door. We just added the two windows, door, and all that frame. Stands out. But there's other plans for doing on that house too, unless we go with building a house right down here. As you can tell, rock. Hey, you want to play with digging in rock? So, yeah, the whole area did look like this. This is some of my seeding over the years. Different kinds of mosses, ryegrasses. There should be some clovers in there. It might be the yellow, but some of it never grew in. It could have been birds got it, because I just broadcast seeded. But it took pretty well along the edge. Some of it clumped up and gathered back here. Like I said, birds probably ate most of it, but it's work in progress. It's only been 3 years that I've been doing seeds. So, anyway, now that you get a picture of what I'm dealing with on this is what the area where it looks like a house. Roughly from the back area to about where it starts angling off over there is about 50 feet. About 50 feet along there. And from wall to wall is about 80 feet. So about a 4,000 square foot place could be built right in here. And due to the fact that it's sunken in, I may even do something like an earth ship that I've started reading up on. So, because I want a greenhouse, and putting a house in and then putting a greenhouse right in front, since it's south facing, would be an ideal place to put it. So now, as you can tell, some more of the vegetation's looking pretty good. Okay, now you may see me fall here in a second. Hopefully not. Rock. So, some of the good sized boulders that I get to play with, I've been gathering here and there from here. Also, while I was trying to dig a few places, I dig up some of this rock myself. So, it's interesting to say the least. There we go. Walking through the mesquite. And the spider web too. Thistle. Gotta love my thistle. So this is some of the easier spot that I got to seed, due to the fact that every time it rains, all the way from New Mexico on down this way, water trickles, even stays underground now due to the fact that I've got all this out here. I plan on planting many species of trees down here, get them established and growing. Now, as you can tell, we're getting closer to these. Sorry, Skyler, almost stepped on you. Where's Rover? Did y'all leave him at home? Probably better. So, oh yeah, excuse my rambling, but alright, so now we're coming along the trees. Got this nice mesquite, and then you got what I found out to be a soapberry. Now look at this grasses here. That grass is nice and thick down here. Anyway, I've seeded some of these flowers down in here, some of these ryegrasses. See if these soapberries have anything growing yet. It's probably still early because the leaves just came on last week, I think it was, or something like that. Just really recent. Actually, this is where clusters, I think, will come in if I can get it to zoom. No, camera or on a phone. Not the greatest medium, but it works for funds I got anyway. Alright, so thought I heard something. Out of all the walking in here the last year and a half, I have not seen any snakes. I don't know if that's good or a bad thing. So I always kind of watch out just in case, but I haven't really seen any. So one of the pet peeves I found out on this land I don't really like is the fact that that is there. Something that the oil field's got a pipe that kind of goes, oops, sorry about the spin, but it goes from that, or actually comes from right up along there all the way north to that pit that you saw, and that pit covers a part of it, but it keeps on going north that way. So I can't really do much in that area, but you never know. Whoops. So we're just kind of walking through this deeper, thicker part where I really seeded. Oh well, I seeded these lavenders, and there's some of them's probably salvia. Just a wild mix of stuff, just to get more and more variety out here over the year. Till I can get something in. Ouch, sorry, stepped on the mesquite. It's in my foot. Ouch. Anyway, yeah, I was getting cover crops in just to get it so that the ground will stay moist, because it was bare. There's still bare spots here and there, but for the most part it's getting more and more covered. So I like that part. I see bees up in here all the time now. In fact, some bees flying around down there. Last time I came in, a little bit later in the day, I seen bumblebees, your honeybees, wasps, then I guess two other varieties of bees. I don't know them all yet, but one day I might. In fact, down in this area, as you can see, the clovers and the flowers and all that, I may just set me up a couple of beehives down here and help further regenerate pollination to have more and more vegetation naturally coming up on the spot that apparently is drying out. Since so far this year we've only had just over 1.25 inch of rain. Not much this year, but as you can tell, for me not watering, it's pretty damn green. Then again, it's also pretty brown. Excuse my language. Being in the Army, you learn a lot of bad habits. I'm trying to break them, but you'll still hear foul language here and there. What's my dog doing? Oh, she's going for that bird. Alright. We're going to go back up towards the house now and show you some of the random projects that I've been working. Like I told you, the Hugo culture bed. I also took a lot of dirt that was on the house down because the wind blows it, and it was stacking up a little higher than my taste. But I did leave the yucca that was up there. And another one that I have plans on getting removed and transplanted, but haven't done it yet. Alright. So I just kind of put some rocks along here, kind of make a water basin here to help trees grow, and plus I put a pecan right in there. I put it in a bag, let it seed, get a root, and I just planted that there yesterday. So maybe a tree will actually come out there. I am working on the swell. I actually bought a laser level and got that on contour. I've got pictures of me filling it up just to see if water will fill it up, spill into this little area over here, and then before going on. It worked. So, excuse my heavy breathing now. Walking up that hill got to me. Anyway, I already planted some corn in there, and planted some black beans along it, and then down over in here I got some sorry Rover, I got some watermelon in it. Down in the very front at the base here I've got okra, Rover down. Down. Get down. Alright. Good boy. Alright, so the water comes off the roof. The dirt that I dug down, as you can still see the dirt that's along the house. I dug them down, put some logs in, and I'll show you that over there in a minute. But put 2 rows of potatoes here. I just put those in yesterday. Last week I put 3 rows of potatoes there, and then a month or 2 ago, I can't remember now, but put these 3 rows of potatoes. I added 2 more potatoes there. I pulled 1 potato there that I put in like several months ago, and the plant died, so I dug up and pulled out surprisingly 15 potatoes. So anyway, as you can tell, I've dug it down. Let me step back a second. All the dirt I dug in, piled it up right here. Then some of the rocks I put along here for control. I put a little wash here because I got my water from my washing machine that exit here. Over here, this pipe goes to my water well for the sand trap tank. Once a month I'll flood irrigate this, and I built a little deal in the back where water will go over and flood this one. Once that one's filled up, water comes back and floods out. Plans on working is this little basin that I've got here that I'm working on. It's going to be for capturing the water from the roof and washing machine. Also, that's stopped right there for now, but plans are to make it off over in there. Now that I got a level, I'm going to actually put it on contour, and then bring it back over here up along this edge, about 10 feet from the water well itself up to my driveway. Reason why, every time it rains, there's like that whole area right there collects water. So my plan is to reduce the water collection there and move it over here. This I plan on digging down about 3-4 foot. That should be enough. Along with the swell, I'll do another swell just before the final going down the hill. Along the backside here, like I said, excuse the mess, I'm cleaning it up as I go, using parts and everything. Excuse me. But right here, my fence, somehow I'm going to make a fence. I got the fence over here. It's makeshift. I need to connect it to the wall there so dogs can't get out. Over there, weld it to the container, there. Then on the outside of each one side, this side I put in a variety of raspberry, blueberries, another raspberry. Then I went and did the same as the first raspberry, the blueberry, and then the raspberry. Then I go around to the other side. I put in a variety of grapes, then blackberries, the blueberries were there, and then grape, blueberry, grape. Why I did it, I don't know, I just did. Plus I put in this tree there, and a tree there for future wind breaks. just did it. Oh, anyway, so let me get the lighting. As you can tell, there's some of the grape coming in pretty good. There's one about the middle of each pole is where I put each of the plants. They're coming in good now, except for one. Thing about that is, the day I planted them, which was at the end of March, usually well past our frost date. Well, next day, or no, the 3 days later, a frost came in, knocked them all back. All the leaves they had sprouted and everything. Same as all these trees that I planted. Knocked all the leaves off, and they're coming back, so that's good. This is a bur oak, a Fuji apple. I got a Shuman oak there. Way back there is a pin oak, then a red delicious apple, and then a maple tree. I also back over there planted another seed for a pecan. It's got a twig on it. Hopefully, as I keep it watered, it'll make a tree there. But this is my initial area that I want to put food forest, or at least one. I got 30 acres, so there's lots of ideas, a lot of learning for me. Anyway, for now, this is going to conclude my first tour. Apologize for all the wind and shakiness like that. One of these days I'll get a camera that can take that out as I'm walking, or even strap it on me nicer. But for now, the first initial tour, and before I really got into changing it, this is like an initial view of what my land did look like, minus the vegetation that's been added, because give you more detail, like this area right in here, it's kind of what the draw will even look like. Just rock, more rock, as you can tell. So those plans are to change over the years, and that is my conclusion for now.